Yeah, the money, the cars, the house, the more income, the vacations, the clothes, is not going to do what you think it's going to do for you. See, a lot of times, because of how we was raised or how somebody made us feel, we feel that accomplishing more, well, you can see me, you hear me. I know for me, if you see what I've accomplished, you can see how smart I am, you can see my worth and my value. I can get your attention now. You can respect what I'm saying, right? And some people, their mindset of accomplishing is not just as materialistic. Some people want other people to see value in them. Some people want you to say, "Hey, like I'm worth listening to." We live in a world where people don't see each other. You know, you talk but you don't listen. You talk just to reply. You are constantly only looking at someone just what you can get back in return. Other people, they feel that they're good with what materialistic brings them, what materialistic things bring them. If I have this amount of money, then I get this, or I get this type of respect, or as long as I have this amount of money, I can move or whatever. Now, then you have other people that want materialistic things because they feel like it's going to make them happy. And I understand that because it just makes sense. We live in a world where systematically you're told that if I accomplish this and I buy this and I get this car and I get this house and I have this wife or I have this husband, I have this type of clothes, then I will feel eternal happiness. I will feel good. And a lot of times we've heard this in song, more money, more problems. What they don't tell you is when you get something, when you get the nice car, now people are dislike you because you have a nice car, so people are scratching your cars. And now people are charging you more because they feel like you have it. It comes with more problems. So now when you go park your car, you come back like, what did somebody do to my car? Because you realize it costs a lot of money. The same thing with the upkeep of a house. It brings you more stress because not only do you have to maintain it, but you also have to keep up with it and you have to keep pouring money into it so it can stay nice and look like how it looks. A lot of people don't understand that. Also, when you are living a certain type of lifestyle, because you understand how comfortable it is and how people treat you, you never want to go back. So now your whole life is trying to stay there or get more so you never have to go back to being poor. It comes with stress. It comes with a lot of responsibility and a lot of problems. Oftentimes, though, we're still looking for the happiness. And why you find a lot of people are not happy when they get to the top is because they have not done a couple things. You don't have a true relationship with God. And I know before you get upset or click off this video, like, what does that have to do anything? Take it from a person that has achieved a lot. And when I got there, it was just one more goal that I had to get, or one more this. When I didn't have anything, I had more personality, more fun, more spontaneous, and more people around me. Then when I got to where people say that attracts, so when I got the cars, the jewelry, the money, it seemed that I had less. And then I would spend more trying to impress or trying to buy people time or attention for them to see me, you know? So a lot of times you may have this ideal or idea that if I get this or whatever, it's going to come with this. But what it really does, it attracts a lot of actors, it attracts a lot of fake people, it attracts a lot of people that just want to spend your money, and you still feel empty because you're not truly being seen. Okay, so people, because you're going to foot the ticket, because you're going to foot the money, people then are going to be like, okay, well, yeah, I'll listen to it, whatever. So you really don't know who's around you. So back to the God thing. Only God can turn on this button. There's a little button inside you that you will feel more fulfilled. And the Bible says it's better to give than to receive. And so a lot of people are like, well, what are you talking about? It's better to give than receive. one thing that God does, he not only tells us what to do, he shows us. When you do give, when you do help someone in need, when you do see someone's life change because of you helped them or poured into them, it does internally make you feel good. So that tells us that's how we're made. But when we just accumulate just for ourselves, and I'm not saying it's wrong to accumulate things for you, yourself, and your family, but I'm saying if that is the sole purpose of accumulating, you're always going to feel empty, because now your whole life is trying to figure out how to keep the stuff that you accumulated safe, right? But when you give and you are able to help people, it does something internally for you that just buying something can't, right? Oftentimes they're going to tell you a lie. When you buy this, or when you do this, or when you have this, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel good. And oftentimes you find people feel more emptier than they first started, because it's kind of like, well, now what? And this didn't get me what I thought it was going to get me. A lot of times why God works from the inside out is because the world works from the outside in. So if I look pretty, then I'm going to feel pretty. If I have these nice clothes, then good things are going to happen, and so forth and so on, where we know that it's from the inside out. On the outside, you can be the most beautiful person in the world, but then on the inside, you can be a terrible human being. So God has to work from inside out to the point where materialistic doesn't bother us. The only thing that we desire is a relationship with God. Now, wait a minute. What is a relationship with God? A relationship with God is where you're so connected that the things that most people fall victim to and sin and things of that nature, that it doesn't bother you anymore, because you and God are so tight that in your spirit, you don't even want or desire to do it, because you know how it would make him feel, and you don't see you trying to ruin or destroy your relationship for a little bit of sin. Then there's other things that he'll do. He'll make you complacent and content in areas in your life you were never complacent and content. He will make you more happy. He will attract the right people in your life to pour life into you, right? So a lot of the times that you're trying to spin and get this feeling, God will give it to you naturally. So when you now have that relationship with God, and you're solidified and you're healed from the inside out, then when you get materialistic things, it doesn't make or break you. Because you have God, you can actually enjoy those things a lot more. Vice versa, a person that doesn't have God, because they're always going to be trying to accumulate more and more. So that is the reason why most people or majority of people are not happy with the things that they have, because sin doesn't produce happiness. It gives temporary pleasure for a temporary feeling, for a temporary situation, but it doesn't fulfill you the way it's supposed to. That's why sin, you always have to continue to pay into it and pay for it to continue to feel that hit. Sin is like a hit of cigarette. You only feel good as long as you're hitting it. You only feel good as long as you're doing that sin, and you're constantly over and over and over, but you don't feel complacent and content and at peace in your own skin. And God will do that for you. God, while the world is going crazy, or everything around you is hectic and crazy, and people are spewing out anxiety, God will make you at peace, because you have a relationship with him, and you have an understanding. You have an understanding of what is going on, what will take place, and that you're fine. You can't buy that. Because Satan will give you artificial peace, and how he will do that is he will say, here's this drug, here's this cigarette, here's this drink, here's this sex, here's this car, here's these millions. But he will not give you the peace. He will give you temporary peace, but then it will come with more anxiety, more stress, more pressure. So he is a trickster, he is a liar, he's a manipulator. He dangles the carrot in front of you and say, hey, if you get to this point, then you'll be happy. And oftentimes you'll get to that point and you will feel more emptier than when you first started. So before anything comes, God has to make you come. Why are there people in different countries that don't have anything, but they're so happy? They're so at peace. They don't need a car. They don't need that. What is it about them that's different from you, that they are internally just grateful and at peace? Why in America do we have to have so much to make us happy? And it really doesn't make us happy. It's like the more we buy, the more we want, the more we want, but it still doesn't make us happy. It doesn't give us the results that we want. We don't feel seen when we wear that outfit, maybe for that one day, or maybe for that hour, or maybe when we posted pictures. But what did we want when we wore that outfit? What was the thing that we wanted? We wanted to be seen. We wanted somebody to say, hey, who are you? You're nice, you're artistic, you dress well, I want to get to know you. But that never happens. People only are surface level, so they only see the exterior, so they just lust or whatever. But that never penetrates the soul. It never penetrates us here. It never fulfills us in the way that we want to be fulfilled. Same thing when we buy that house and that car. We just want to be seen, and we want to attract the right attention, and we want a pat on the back oftentimes, but we don't get that. We get thieves that try to break in and steal. We get actors that come into our lives. We get people that try to get money out of us. So it does not do what it is designed to do. So again, it goes back to the relationship with God. God can only fulfill that. So a lot of times people hear the word God and they get frustrated because of what the world has taught them, or what religion has done, or they want to create their own concept of what God is. So let me tell you this. Oftentimes these people are going to college and they are reading all these books and they are getting so knowledgeable, and they feel like, oh, they're just above God. What the Bible says is that you can be a smart fool. And you can accumulate a lot of knowledge that will make you seem smart, but at the same time, it does not mean anything. And so oftentimes what you're doing is you're going to college and you're finding out all this stuff, and you're learning, and you're using science, and you're accumulating a whole bunch of knowledge, but it actually does nothing for you but for you to formulate an opinion and not reach your soul. So what you have to do is you have to put the religion and the books aside, and you have to pray. God gives you free will to pray. And if you don't understand something, you need to go into Him in prayer. You need to really try. You need to seek God in a manner of you and Him until He replies. And God will reply to you, because He says in the Bible, if you keep knocking and if you keep seeking, I will reply to you. Oftentimes you want to put our information into this in books and things of this nature, and then it confuses us, and then now we have a resentment towards God, not understanding that is the enemy tactic to get us to be disconnected to God. Or we feel like we're so smart in our own little brain that we are above God, and everything has just come. How can we be so smart and dumb at the same time? How could you not understand that if you look at flowers and trees and humans, that it had to be designed by someone, and it wasn't by accident? And I understand that religion has played and toyed with people so long, but if you actually look at the Bible as to how Satan has influenced the world systematically for so long, then you will understand that this is by design. He does not want you to have a relationship with God. But at the same time, God knows the heart. And if you keep seeking, and He will give it to you. But a lot of times we get frustrated because it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. But things that are not easy, we often, if we truly want it, we will go after it. So if you truly want and desire a relationship with God and true understanding, then you will seek. Now, here's the thing. You may not understand everything and how everything is worked. It may not be in this lifetime, but God will give you the information that is needed for you to hold on, form an attachment. And a lot of times you want to play God, but it never works out in the way that you want. You often just become resentful or bitter, or you try to cling on to something outside of God that gives you a God-like feeling, but it often doesn't really even last long. I'm talking about crystals. I'm talking about yoga. I'm talking about Buddhism. I'm talking about things that seem to have a godly appearance, but at the source, it does not give you that feeling. It does not give you that peace. It does not give you God, because God is not in it. A lot of Satan will fool you, or the enemy will fool you into thinking that something will have a godly appearance, and you may think that you're healing or whatever. It comes with yoga. It comes with ayahuasca. It comes with crystals. It comes with all these things that at first it is made as this healing and internal thing and make you feel good, but at the same time, it's just to slowly lead you away from God. I've done all those things, and what I've learned from a person that's went deeper than most, and this goes over a lot of people's head, the fact that I've done these things and I went deeper, and if I researched more and went farther, and I've done things in the spiritual world farther than most people, And I can say that to say you've only skipped the surface and you really don't know what you're getting into, and it's fine because it's designed like that. It just wants to keep pulling you and pulling you and pulling you until you're just think you're so confused with different ideologies and you're so far removed from God, you don't know what to believe in, you don't know what anything is, and you don't believe in anything, and you're just making up your own rules. It is so simple as to start that relationship with God, and God will put things back in order for you. This world is here to confuse you, it's here to manipulate you, it's here for you to not believe in God's original design, for you not to believe in husband and wife, for you not to believe in a person that can love you for who you are, and a person that can appreciate the arrangement, a person that's not going there to get your money, but a person that wants to be connected to you in marriage under God. Okay, and there's people that are living a life that pleases God, not religiously, but because they truly have a relationship with you. And so they understand that what they do here on earth, they're going to be accountable to God. So we have to understand that it is by design that Satan is trying to confuse, manipulate, and pull you away from God. And he does a good job, and he does that through religion, he does that through school, he does that through TV, books, magazine, and whatever he can, right? And so it's your job to go to God and say, hey, I'm confused. Hey, I don't know. You have to humble yourself. You have to tell God, hey, I don't know. I don't know if this doesn't work for me, and I need more. I need you. And you keep doing it until he answers. If it helps you make God accountable to how you feel by continuing to go to him, and he will answer you. Hope this helps. Yari.